Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I believe this is going to be part 5 of this reseal of the 2JZ. As you can see from the last video, I did mention that I was going to show you guys exactly how to install these pans, but I ended up installing the following day. I just wanted to do something off video, obviously listen, to music and just have my own little peaceful time. And so I just went ahead and installed the pans. Upper pan completely installed, and then the baffles and the pickup, and then the lower pan. And then I got this nice block plate for this oil sender from Drift Motion, just says JZ on it, and then I just sealed it a little bit so that way it doesn't leak. So yeah, got that done. Sorry if you guys were looking forward to the pan installation, but like I said, I just wanted some me time basically. I wanted to listen to music and be I guess alone and not do any recording or anything like that. I just went ahead and installed that. Now, a couple things. I did go ahead and take the cams out. I want to show you guys exactly how I do the cam seals. It's basically going to be a rope trick. I already got the rope in as much as I can and then turned it up. So that way that the first cylinder, the cylinder one is going to have pressure against the valve to be closed. So that I'm going to go ahead and take the shims out and then go ahead and do the valve stems. I got the valve stem tool from my buddy Art. I got the cams out, obviously the cam caps out as well. And basically I'm going to do a bit like a fast forward video of this whole process. I'm not going to go step by step. I have a video on my channel that I did a step by step kind of on the valve stems, and I'm not trying to do the same thing for this because it's going to drag for like more than an hour or so. I'm hoping right now it's 10:35 basically, and it's cold in the garage, and I want to try to get all this done within the next half hour or so, all 6 cylinders. Is it possible? Yes, it is. And number 2, I did go ahead and check for valve clearance on the intake side and exhaust side, and that checked out, and that was cleared. So within spec, I don't need to go ahead and pop these out and measure each by each to see, which one needs to be adjusted. I already checked all of them, so I'm not worried about the valve clearance on any of these. So my goal right now is to go ahead and get the valve stems, install exhaust side and intake side. I already got the new ones. This is the exhaust side and the intake side. The intake side are a little brownish, and then the exhaust side are a little clear. And I double checked the part number. I did order extra ones because I ended up using a couple of these on my car when I was doing my valve stems, and I damaged 2 of them. So I ordered 5 of them, and I put a couple of them back in the in his valve engine kit, just so that he's not losing any. And then I had some extra ones. So yeah, so I got 12 there. I got 12 intake valve stems. I'm going to go ahead and get these started. And then lastly, I want to mention, remember that broken bolt that was here in the previous video? If you were following and stuff, I went ahead and got this out. I did the 2-bolt method and got this piece out. I was kind of very happy I did that. So all this, a bunch of these bolts are going to be reused. I'm going to go ahead and get a new bolt from Ace Hardware for that. And then obviously with the kit, I got all these pieces. Not sure exactly what they're called. Gasket, valve cover bolt, spacer. I don't know what exactly it's called. But besides that point, I'm going to go ahead and start the valve stem and try to get this done. This is going to be a fast video. Basically, I'm going to try to see if I can get a music playing in the background as it's time-lapsed. So All right, guys, it is almost midnight, and I thought I was going to get this in a half hour, but I did not. So we are done with all 24 valves, intake and exhaust side. All. Let me see if I can get a light. What did I do with my light? My lower back hurts, my arms hurt. Probably going to feel this tomorrow. And yes, I use this tool by hand. There's other ways to do this as well. This is how I do it with the stock springs. And I've actually done this. I use this tool on the GSE ones as well, which is a lot harder to do compared to the stock ones. And I used a different tool as well, and it wasn't working out for me. So I ended up using this particular tool. And yes, don't ask me how I did it. I did it on the engine stand, and that was the hardest thing I've ever done. Somehow I managed to do it all 24. So yeah, if you ever done GSE springs installation with this tool, you know how hard it is compared to different tools that are out there in the market. But back to the stems. So as you can see, these are all intake ones that are here. Okay, let me get something out of here. So all the intake ones were kind of bad. As you can see, some of them, peeling already. And I think that's due to them being, heat cycled, God knows how many miles are on this car. And yeah, when I pulled them out, they were all coming out. As to exhaust side, yeah, they were all bad. As you can see in the, you'll see in the in the video itself, if you're, forwarded all the way towards the end. Like, I literally checked every single valve to make sure that there's nothing or excessive rubber pieces or nothing left over. So the exhaust ones were completely, every single one were pretty much done. I had to completely pull them out. I checked the intake side, and I don't think anything were stuck on the intake side, but I double checked everything. So valve stems are done. The hardest thing, the next thing to do for me left over is to go ahead and clean up the sealant that's left over, like the black Toyota, here and there on the other side. I'm going to go ahead and clean that out. I'm going to go ahead and clean out anything that's left over. I don't know exactly how I'm supposed to clean this out because I don't want to dump everything back inside the motor. This is all dirt, so I'm going to have to be careful not to keep pushing dirt back in the motor. But yeah, I mean, the motor was very, very dirty. It was leaking oil everywhere, obviously. It was leaking pretty much oil from here all the way inside the motor on each 3, 4, and 5, 6. And that was due to because of that bolt being broken and it wasn't clamping down the gasket. And the gasket was pretty bad. I mean, it's on the floor over there, 2 valve covers. Gaskets were completely, ruined. So it was burning oil. It was leaking oil from the exhaust side. It was leaking oil from the intake side. Sure. So yeah, so now there will be hopefully no leaks when, the customer gets this motor running, whenever he plans on doing that. The rear main is nicely installed, obviously, from the last video that you guys seen. The pans are installed. Almost everything is installed. So now I'm going to go ahead tomorrow, possibly. I'm probably going to take a break and go back inside. It's literally 23 degrees outside, and it's about to get colder another week. So I just wanted to get the hardest part done now because I am, like I said, I am wanting to start on this car as soon as possible. And I'm probably going to start recording and update you guys exactly the full background of this car as much as I know. And show you guys the engine bay. I got to get that hood out. I'm probably going to have my father come by tomorrow and help me get that hood out. And then I'll show you guys the engine bay and talk to you guys about the car. That's more to come. And I want to get that motor out before it starts to get really, really cold. I know it's supposed to drop to below negative this week for a couple of days or so. I don't know exactly later in the week what's going to be like. But hence why I'm trying to get this motor done and out of here, because I need this engine stand. I need the room because I need to pull that motor out of that car and start working on that motor. It's to see, yeah, we'll talk about that later. Anyways, this is done. And hopefully tomorrow I'm going to go ahead and get those caps out. The gasket is completely, like, I don't know, I don't want to say melted, but stuck onto the both of them. So I'm going to carefully take that out. Make sure all these are numbered correctly. You don't want to mix and match them. So those are exhaust side. This is the intake side. I just want to make sure 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So same thing with that as well. So I'll figure that out tomorrow. They're numbered. I just got to clean them up to be able to see it, and I'll go ahead and install them once I get that piece out. And when I go ahead and install the cams. And then once I install the cams, I am going to go ahead and start installing everything else back on the car, which is basically going to be the cams, torque down the caps, and then the cover, get the gaskets on each side, to get the cover back on, the cam gears back on. Then I'll go ahead, torque everything down, and then get the water pump installed, and then the valve cover gaskets and install it back on the head. And then I think we are good to go. And then lastly, will be left is the block. So goal is to get it done in the next couple of days. Hopefully, if time allows me, but very close. I just gotta go get brushes and cleaned up any leftover residue, and then I'll go ahead and put some paint on, and hopefully we're done. And hopefully the customer can pick up the car. The motor, whenever he can. Hopefully, as soon as possible. If not, then I'm gonna go ahead and put that on some kind of a dolly and put it aside until he can, and somehow find room for me to be able to work on that. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoy today's video. I know it's just me working and you guys just watching me do the valve stems, but I hope you guys enjoyed. So thank you. I am tired, and don't mind me double checking and triple checking and making sure the valve stem's in there, because I was inhaling the fumes from there, and I am tired, and I had a long day now, and I started working on this. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more.